Ben, are those pancakes? But you're on a diet. I can explain. No, you've ruined your diet. It's time to die.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Macro Crunch YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed that little intro skit. Today we're going to be asking the question, do cheat meals ruin your progress? Short answer, yes. But they don't have to. Let's break it down. First, let's look at why we cheat. When dieting, a lot of people, as we've said in previous videos, go all in, too fast, too hard, and it just isn't sustainable. The most common way people try to counter this is with cheat meals. They'll dedicate 6 days of the week to eating super clean, or what they believe to be super clean, and then have one day, probably at the weekend, where they just eat whatever they want. This to them makes it sustainable because in their mind they're counting down the 6 day period before they get to eat whatever they want on the 7th. Another reason that people cheat is to see it as a reward. You know, they think, I've trained super hard in the gym this week, I've done extra, therefore I can eat extra on a day, and they'll go and eat a cheat meal. This logic isn't healthy. It doesn't promote a healthy relationship with food, and it certainly won't help your progress towards your goals. Now, cheat meals can be implemented and work. It's just the way that most people do, like we've just covered, don't work. But how can you make them work? Well, there are a few ways, the easiest of which being, when you track your calories, you know exactly how much you've eaten over a period of time, and if there is a significant deficit, you can incorporate a cheat meal and still be within your deficit. But what do I mean by this? Well, let's take a look at this graph, for example. If you're eating 2,000 calories every day as a male, where your recommended is 2,500, therefore creating a deficit of 500 calories per day or 3,500 per week, this will lose you £1 a week. We've covered this before, it's pretty basic. Now let's say on 2 of the days you've gone to the gym and trained on the treadmill and run, and burnt an extra 500 calories per day. This means that overall that week, you're in a 4,500 calorie deficit with an extra 1,000 calories earned through working out. I use the term earned loosely there because again, this can promote an unhealthy relationship with food. But for the sake of this case study, we'll use it. Now, if your goal is to lose £1 a week, 4,500 calories will cause you to lose more than £1 a week. Therefore, if you still want to just lose £1 that week, you can eat an extra 1,000 calories. Now, it's down to you whether you spread this across all days or you just eat it as one meal on one day. This is just a simple way that cheat meals can be implemented and you still achieve your goals. Now, if you want to do this regularly, you also have to understand that the expenditure increase of 1,000 calories that week, in this case earned through the 2 sessions on the treadmill, you also have to keep those regular. It's about striking up a balance. You can't have one without the other. However, there are 2 more ways of cheating on your diet. The first being the most common, and it's what a lot of people tend to do. I've certainly done it before, and it's one you hear a lot about, which can actually lead to food-based guilt. And I'm going to try and eliminate that by explaining the science behind it. So picture the scene. You've got back from a stressful day at work, you're having a nice cup of tea, you fancy a biscuit or 2 with it, which you'd usually incorporate into your calories for the day. You have your 2 biscuits, but you just want more, and you can't stop but think about more. So 2 biscuits leads to 2 more, to 2 more, to 2 more, and you end up eating the whole packet. Sound familiar? It just might do. Now, how bad is this on your progress? Well, let's look at another graph. Again, let's look at an average male, 2,500 calories to maintain their weight per day. If you're eating in a 500 calorie deficit every single day, then you're going to lose £1 per week because you will have created a deficit of 3,500 calories. We've covered this earlier in the video. But let's say Wednesday, midweek, you've had a stressful day at work and you eat the pack of cookies. Let's say the pack of cookies was 1,000 calories. If you stick to your diet every other day of the week, it means you will have reduced your calorie deficit for the week from 3,500 to 2,500, meaning that you won't lose a complete pound, but you will still be in a deficit. And with this being a spontaneous occasion that doesn't happen often, it really doesn't matter. But the key to this is that it is a spontaneous event. It cannot become regular or it will hinder your progress. To prove this, let's cut to a video of me demonstrating this. I ate a whole pack of cookies yesterday. I weighed myself before, I weighed myself after, and I weighed myself the next day. And you'll notice there's very little difference. The truth is, like I said, if it's just a one-off, it won't hurt your progress. As always, the best diet you can go on is one you can stick to for the rest of your life. And to do this, you have to create healthy habits. This is the hardest thing for most people to do, to switch from one lifestyle to another, but cheat meals are not a way to bridge that gap. Like I've said in most previous videos, if you've watched the channel for a while now, cheat meals shouldn't be labelled cheat meals. It promotes an unhealthy relationship with food. Instead, see them as meals that you don't normally have, but they're okay to have. For example, create scenarios out of it. If it's a birthday, if it's Christmas, if it's a holiday, or you're going to see friends you haven't seen in a while, it doesn't matter if you're going to have a bigger meal on one of those days. Think of the cookie scenario again. One day, one meal doesn't kill your progress. And with that, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found this useful. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Click the bell so you never miss a video. There's a link to a Google Forms window in the bottom of the description. Here you can leave us feedback and drop any content suggestions you may have if there's something you want to see specifically. Follow us over on the Macro Crunch Instagram account. It's at Macro Crunch. I'll have it down here at the bottom as always. And keep smashing your goals. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.